You are listening to the Built to Grow podcast, delivering the knowledge in all things fitness business. We help gym owners win. Here are your hosts, Tim Lyons and Randy Exton.
Back, Built to Grow podcast, where we help gym owners win. I am your host, Tim Lyons, and I'm joined with my co-host today, Randy, the master of mindset Angston. How are we doing today?
I'm doing good, Tim. How are you today?
Yeah, so just so everybody knows, every podcast episode, we're going to give Randy a nickname.
God, Tim's having way too much fun with
This is a blast.
This is about as good as it gets.
Yeah. All right, so, Randy, the reason I want to do this podcast is really, number one, help gym owners win. And
Yes.
one of the things that really helped me win early on in my career was reading books. And I know how you feel about reading books. You have got a bookshelf probably pretty close to what mine looks like, just full of books,
Constantly.
right? And I'm the hardback book guy. Like, I got to have a physical book in my hand, and I can knock out a book like on a plane ride. Are you the Kindle guy?
I don't like Kindle versions. I'm definitely a hardback book as well.
Yeah.
The only other alternative would be an audiobook, and that'd be if I was trying to multitask.
Audiobook, yeah.
A lot of times I buy both versions.
Audiobooks.
I mean, the gym, anytime I'm on the go, audio is
Do you listen to podcasts and audiobooks when you're working out?
almost every day.
That's crazy. See, I started doing that, and
Yeah.
I was always the heavy metal Pantera guy, or maybe some gangster rap.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But I got into the podcast, like about 2 years ago, and just listen to podcasts, mindset stuff, whatever. And yeah, audiobooks. And so when I go on a drive or whatever, if I'm heading over to California, I'll throw the audiobook in. It's pretty good. Good use
The
of time.
opportunity in the gym, exactly. It's about forcing your time, right?
Right.
Both of us we're always busy. Everybody's busy.
Right.
It's just about utilizing the time that we have better and more effectively. So
Yeah,
if
and
we can
I'm all about that.
crush two birds with one stone. Right?
Crush them or kill? Well, I guess I would kill them too, huh?
It depends on the rock.
Yeah, it's a pebble. So, but some books early on in my career, I think every gym owner should read. The E-Myth, that was given to me by Tim Senior, and you've worked with Tim Senior.
Oh yes,
over here at ProFit. So, the guy is the smartest person that I know.
It's a wealth of knowledge.
Yes, and if you ask any of my friends growing up, they were afraid of how smart my dad was. But he gave me that book. He gave me another book early on, Who Moved My Cheese? And I'm talking like when I'm in, 9 years old.
These are the classics.
I was young, and he was giving me these books. And then he gave me, so they gave me E-Myth, gave me Who Moved My Cheese? He gave me Robert Kiyosaki's he gave me Rich Dad, Poor Dad, right? And that book has changed a lot of people's lives. But when I started reading Robert Kiyosaki's book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, I started looking into some of his other books that he had, and there was another book that looked like a really easy read, and I was like, hey, I can knock that out real quick. It was called Cashflow Quadrant. Have you heard of this book?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So that book, on the other hand, actually changed a lot for me, and a lot of people don't give that book a lot of credit, but Cashflow Quadrant really breaks down everybody into 4 quadrants, and the 4 quadrants are employee, self-employed, business owner, and investor. And quickly to define the 4, you've got employee, you have a job, and that's what most people in the United States or in the world have. They have a job. I mean, technically, you have a job, and Kelly has a job, and Zach has a job. I mean, you work and you're doing a job, and you get paid to do the job. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's, my parents are employees, right? And most people are. Down below that one, this is where it gets a little little fuzzy for a lot of gym owners, is it's called self-employed.
Correct.
It means you own a job.
Yes.
So this is where a lot of gym owners think, hey, I own a business, I'm a business owner, but really they're self-employed. And so what that means, they own their job. If they don't go to work every day, if they don't punch the clock and do the work, the business doesn't operate. And that means you own a job, you're self-employed. Again, nothing wrong with any of these things, not where I want to be, and not where a lot of our gym owners think they want to be. But the next quadrant over is called the business owner quadrant. And the biggest difference between the two is that the business runs on systems, and the systems have the job, and the gym owner is the business owner.
Correct.
Does that make sense?
100%.
Okay. And then the ultimate goal Everybody is investor, right?
Yeah, let your money make its money.
So, investor, the money that you've made is making money. Yeah.
Correct.
So dividends and shareholder stocks and Bitcoin, whatever it is,
Investments. They're all your investments.
So we see this a lot. Gym owners,
Yeah.
they're tied to their job.
Yep.
What do you think? I mean, what are your takeaways on why do you think gym owners just can't get out of the self-employed quadrant a lot of the times?
I truly think that it's you don't know what you don't know.
Okay.
Most gym owners would consider themselves business owners.
Right. But by definition.
Correct. Exactly. But,
they're not.
In their own mind, they're a business owner.
Right.
And sure, do they own a business? Absolutely. But they have to show up every day and they have to execute a job in order for those bills to be paid.
Right.
If they walk away, the business closes its doors. And that's like you were discussing, that's the big difference between being self-employed, where they actually sit, and being a business owner.
Right.
I think that most, I truly do believe that most of our clients and the business owners, the fitness business owners that we've worked with, do truly aspire to have a true asset and a true business owner relationship with their business.
Right.
I just don't think they understand how.
There you go. Knowledge. They don't know what they don't know.
They don't know what they don't know. They're stuck in a
right.
It's a job to them. They show up, they're still on the training floor.
There you go. Yep.
They're still doing the janitorial work. They're still doing the balance sheets and the interviews and the payroll. There's so many hats that everybody wears,
right.
But they don't know how to systematize. They don't know how to automate. They don't know what it's going to take to bridge that gap.
Right.
And that's obviously why we're here today.
Yeah. And we want to fix this. So if you're a gym owner that you feel like, wait a minute, I thought I was a business owner. All of a sudden, Tim and Randy are telling me I'm actually self-employed and I own a job. If you're looking to get out of that, private client coaching is probably a best fit for you. That's what we do for a lot of the clients we're working with, the gym owners that are trying to get a life outside of the gym. Nobody is hardest working people than gym owners. Like, gym owners get it. They're in there at 5 a.m. and they're closing the doors at 9 p.m. and they're training every client in between. They're lucky if they get a chance to take a piss and eat, right? And that's a noble cause. We're here. Absolutely. They want to change lives.
It's a labor of love.
And I want to change that. I think that this business can be a lot better for people if they would just maybe step away from the day-to-day stuff and start putting systems in place.
One of the things that we've worked on with our clients in a big transition over the last few years with ProFit and the services that we're providing, right, is no longer just the done-for-you stuff to provide more clients to these businesses through these doors. Obviously helping, and it was a big realization, I think, for us as well,
right,
that we can provide those tools, and a lot of them are strategies, single tactic strategies or so forth, but it's not helping the individual progress out into that business owner role, and really utilizing the systems that are available to gym owners today,
right,
can help them. And what it all breaks down to is freedom and quality of life. You can absolutely love what you do every day, but you're going to be burnt out putting in 14, 15, 16, 18, 20 hours a day,
20 hours
every day.
Right.
If you don't have a plan, an exit goal, or even just a short-term plan on limiting the responsibilities of your day-to-day work. I think that you have to force it. And if you don't do something, if you're not intentional with it,
right,
the business is going to consume you. Yes. It's only a matter of time before you have resentment and you push back and you don't enjoy what you do anymore.
Yeah, that's tough. And a lot of people don't know how to get there. So if you're just starting out as a gym owner, like, you're going to have to do all those things.
Absolutely.
In fact, I got a great story about this, because I was that guy. I was the guy in between sessions grabbing the mop. If I saw a fleck of dust on the ground, I was out there mopping up.
I could vouch.
Yeah, you were there.
I was a member of Tim's gym we've been good friends for years, but long before I was on this side of the table, I was firsthand as a client of his, watching him do this stuff day in and day out.
Yeah, and I would do it. And you don't think twice. It's just the job that needed to be done. And, I'd be up there early. I was taking appointments and closing deals and doing the marketing. At the time, it was a lot of email marketing, which was freaking awesome. We use Infusionsoft back, early days, and we still use it today. But I was writing the email campaigns. I was creating the marketing systems and plans. I was helping the coaches train. I was training. I was doing boot camps. I was wrenching on equipment, fixing stuff, ordering stuff, cleaning the toilet. I mean, it's just what you do. Okay. And the story goes like this. We started to grow, and, you know, we got brought on staff, and we were growing as a gym, and it was awesome. I mean, think over at the old space, 3,100 square feet, we were over at, I think, 336 clients.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, wow, we're blowing the doors off this place. We were out in the parking lot, and it was a blast. So fast forward a few years, we moved into the new space, which we're in now. We built this podcast studio inside the gym. If you could see on the other side of this wall here, is, you know, it's a great gym outside there. And I stepped away from the day to day. I hired a cleaning crew. The coaching staff was in charge of a lot of things that I was doing. And I put a fitness director in place. All the sales consultations, I wasn't doing all of those anymore. And we had some clients that got upset.
Sure. Absolutely.
But I couldn't understand why. They were upset. They felt like now this isn't a mom and pop business. Tim's getting too big, and there's too much, you know, this is a corporation now. I mean, this couldn't be farther from the truth. But the impression we gave our clients were like, we don't care about them, because I wasn't physically mopping the floor. In fact, there was a group of 5 ladies that they were all in, and they started leaving one at a time. And we kind of got a hold of them as they were leaving. And it came down to, they would rather see me mop the floors than be successful.
100%.
And I could not believe it. I couldn't believe it. They would rather see me mop the floors than have a successful business. I've got some theories about why.
Self-limiting beliefs.
Well, why do you think that they would get upset that I was becoming a business owner, not mopping the floors anymore? Why would they care?
I'm sure for them, they're worried about the experience that they were accustomed to, and how that was going to change.
They didn't like the change. I personally believe that they didn't want to see other people more successful than them. I just feel like that was it. You know,
I think there's absolutely a portion of the, you know, society that is that way.
I don't know. I'm the opposite. If somebody's doing well, I'm happy for them.
100%.
I support them. You know, hey, good for them. You know, I don't get jealous or envious or any of those things. It's just like, good for them. They're making it.
Winners want to see other people win.
Yeah. So, but that's not the norm in general, right?
Well, there's a big difference between the people that we're speaking to and your general population as well, though.
Yeah.
I mean, we're in the entrepreneurial based, you know, world.
Right.
Everybody who thinks that side of the coin, you know, we're a little touched. We don't settle. We don't look at mediocrity. We don't, you know, accept things the way that they are.
Yeah.
If you're rooted in negativity, you're not going to win. And so I think that, you know, us being able to be self-aware, to look at a situation like that and kind of say, oh, well, that's the way that they believe, but that's not the truth of it. And that's not how we're going to align ourselves. Is exactly why you can make a difficult decision like that. Given the kickback, given the, and it wasn't much, you know what I mean? Like you said, it was a handful of clients.
Yeah, it was like five women. That,
you know, out of 336 at the time.
Yep.
You got to cut your losses there.
Yeah.
And
it was just surprising. It was
absolutely
unfortunate. But okay, so if you start to find yourself in that position, you're going to get a little bit of resistance for change, maybe some self, you know, the negativity side of it. You know what? I didn't care. I actually reached out to some good close friends of mine in my mastermind, and I said, this is what's happening, is blowing my mind. And they all, you know, reconfirmed, like, look, people don't like change. They don't want to see other people win. You know, big deal. You're moving on and moving out. That's cool. Let's do it. You know, and so I got over it.
There's something to be said about that too, though. You had a group, you had a support system. You had a support system of people that are in a position that you either you want to emulate. They're in a level, they have a certain level of success already. Those individuals are the people that you should be leaning on when it comes to advice or business, you know, as opposed to a couple of naysayers who probably, you know, potentially, I don't want to just judge individuals I don't know anything about.
What I thought.
But, you know, they probably have a little bit of, resistance in their own lives. Right. They're the type of individuals who don't have a level of success, possibly.
Maybe, yeah.
And so their experience and the things that the situation that they've built and constructed in their mind is not the same as a business owner who knows what you're doing for your betterment.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it's only going to provide a better experience for that many more people down the road. And that's the reason we're in business. It's not just to make every single person's life, you know, that person's situation better. If
Yeah.
we cater to every single unique,
Oh, forget it.
we're done.
Try doing that with the music.
The music alone.
Yeah.
Exactly. I've been there.
Who has that? Who has that problem? You put the music on, you think you like, and you have half the people like it and half the people don't. You can't make everybody happy, so you find something that works. So yes, going back, Cashflow Quadrant, game changer for me. It was one of those books that I read, was like, man, everything is in perspective now. I want to create a business that runs without me involved in every aspect. If I want to go back and dive in on something, absolutely, I can do that.
I've seen you do it. I mean, the marketing aspect alone, right? Like you give this guy a whiteboard and we'll be here for months.
Oh, you got some charts. We got say, hey, can we get a whiteboard?
We'll get some data. Data.
Yeah. So, as we go through this podcast, as we get better through this, we're going to probably talk about different books that we've read and all the kinds of fun stuff. But every episode, I want to make sure that you have a great takeaway. So the takeaway, obviously, in this episode, where do you fit on that cash flow quadrant? Are you self-employed? Are you an employee? And if you're a trainer and you're an employee at this point and you're looking to get to that business owner, stay tuned. We got plenty of lessons to be teaching everybody. So
lots to learn.
And if you're a gym owner and you're interested in working with us at a private client coaching level, you can book a call, pfmarketingsolutions.com/call. You can get on a call with Kelly and, we'll make sure you're a good fit. We don't take everybody on board with that. We really are hand selecting the clients that I want to work with and that you want to work with, and we want to make sure it's a good fit. We are taking on some new coaching clients right now, but I think that there is nothing out there that teaches gym owners all the 4 systems. Usually it's a marketing thing, like a tactic or a Band-Aid to fix a problem. And I want to hit on that right now because that's something that we see a lot. We get calls from gym owners all the time. Tim, if I just had some more clients, everything would be better.
Every sales call I took for years was, we close everybody that walks through the door. Yeah. Just get us
80, it's always 80%.
So 80%. Yeah, that's the key number there.
Yeah.
Their conversion rate's always 80%, but just get more clients through the door.
And they keep their client retention's amazing.
100%, right? Nobody ever leaves their business. Right. Well, unfortunately, as we expanded on the services and the things that we are doing, and helping our clients with, and we can have those real conversations and ask them to break open, let's get some hard data and some of this stuff. We found a lot of other holes that was not just marketing.
That's the epiphany that we had was we're not fixing the problem, putting a Band-Aid and sometimes amplifying the problem.
Speeding it up.
When you push a lot of new clients into a facility that has a foundation that's crumbling, it falls apart real fast.
It's gonna fail.
And it's unfortunate, but you know what? We've created a solution for that. This podcast being part of it, Built to Grow book, timlyonsbook.com. If you want to get my new book that just came out not too long ago, you got that. And then you got a private client coaching group, and amazing things can happen.
Oh yeah.
With that.
And it's about like we discussed at the beginning, not knowing, you don't know what you don't know.
Right.
If you're stuck, if you've been in the business for a number of years and you haven't seen progress, you need it's growth or decay. Life. That's the way I operate my life every single day. I live extremely intent, focused. Right. I hate to sit back and let things happen and come my way and not, be prepared for them ahead of time. But make a decision. If your goal is to have that asset and not just be self-employed, do something about it. Right. You have to take action. You have to be reading the books. You have to be part of the mastermind groups. You have to solidify your tribe. You have to pursue coaching.
Yes.
And coaching. That's exactly coaching in any realm. Right. And that's exactly why we've put this together and made this available for our clients.
Perfect. All right. That's it for this episode. Thank you guys for joining us. If you need to get a hold of us, pfmarketingsolutions.com/call. If you're interested in the private client coaching, timlyonsbook.com. That's the new book that just came out. We will see you guys on the next episode. Bye.
Bye.